Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I'm Alice Seraphin and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Well, today we are going to be using the March 2020 Paper Pumpkin kit, and we're going to do a couple of mail themed cards. Actually, I already have one done. The next one is going to be a Let's Play. I have an idea. So let me set the whiteboard aside and show you the first card, and I'll walk through how I made this. So here is my first card. This is the inside. Sending you birthday wishes. This is Evening Evergreen, and what I did is I took the second to largest stitched rectangle die, set it on top of this, and die cut this part of the image out. And I also cut this side out here because this is the side we're going to use for this card. So, and I'm keeping these frames just because I might use them, but we're going to get this go away. This was really simple. I used one of the Blue Mountain that they had and a piece of the Green Mountain one. This little piece of Old Olive they had in the kit. Now this I cut with the smallest rectangle dies that was in the large section. I'll show you. Okay, I use this one right here. And I cut this out to stamp the beautiful big hello in it. And how I got this brushed look was I took a sponge dauber. Now first I inked it up and I went around all the edges darkly, and then I took it and I brushed it across, and I really like that. And to me this is a very, male themed card. It could be female too. They like the outdoors. Just to me, I really like that. So that was my first card. Now the second card, I'm setting that way aside so nothing happens to it. This is the half that we cut off. And these are the pieces. I'm bringing in a piece of Misty Moonlight for our card base. This is, of course, one of my scrap pieces I had for the inside. This is going to come down here. We could actually do this now. Why don't we? Let me grab a glue bottle. This is for the inside of our card. So, not sure if I'm going to have anything stamped on this. This glue bottle is super full, and it's not very squeezable because I packed so much glue into it. So, and I'm moved my glass board. That little thing on there gets in the way. Okay, so let's glue this down into our card like so. And then this little piece I simply thought would be great because I didn't know what else to use it for. So we're using it for the inside of the card. This is one of the little, die cut pieces that came with the Paper Pumpkin kit. And I thought, oh, that will go really nice on the inside of my card. Therefore, that's where I'm putting it. So that's the inside of our card. We can set this aside now to play. And I am bringing in, I want to attempt to recreate this look somewhat. It's not going to be exact, but we're going to play with this. So I have the opposite side of my card. This we're going to use too. And the first color we're going to bring in is going to, I think, actually we'll start at the bottom, okay, because I want to recreate this. So we're going to start at the bottom. We're going to add some pale papaya. I'm going to lift the camera up a bit so we got better. I just got to remember where to keep things in camera view. Okay, so I'm using this long skinny block that we have. And I am simply going to put some ink on here. I have some paper towels. And I'm going to spritz it with a little bit of water. Okay, now I'm bringing my card in. I'm going to let that sit there. And then I'm going to set this like so on my card. and let the ink kind of sit in there for a minute. We're going to see. This was an idea I had. Okay, I like that. Now I'm going to let this run down a bit. See how the colors are running? I do want that. I knew the water would make it runny. So, all right, that's good. Next is, let me look at the card at the front again. We're going to bring some of this green in there. And we're going to bring in the Old Olive. Now it's raining outside. It was gorgeous. I was all excited to go work in my garden. Now it's pouring rain. So, I don't want lines. So let's try that again. So, stamp. Spritz it with some water. I'm gonna let it sit there and mutate, if you will. Turn my card over here. And now I am going to smack this down halfway on top of what we already did in Pale Papaya. I'm just going to let it sit there, push down. You can see, let me see if you can see this. See the colors all going together? Okay, lift it straight up. I will probably add more Pale Papaya at a later, once we've done the whole section of the card. I want those colors to run a bit. All right. Next color, oh, looks like a Bumblebee we're going to go with. And my daughter stole my Bumblebee ink pad, my good one. So I'm using my spot here. Nice juicy spot. She has yet to tell me where she took it to or where it's at, but she's like, oh yeah, I have that one. I'm like, okay. So there we have our Bumblebee. Geez, the camera just can't seem to, I can't seem to make up my mind. So we're turning it this way. And I'm going to flip this over and set it halfway again. And that actually, good amount of water. That looks really cool. Okay, so I want to run the watery ink down. Come on. Okay, I'm happy with where that's at. We'll let this sit now for a minute while we go to Calypso Coral. Put Bumblebee aside. These are all colors taken from the colors in this kit. This is a very juicy pad. Very sticky, juicy pad. Ugh. Okay. Spritz. Some water. Ooh, it spritzed all over my, yeah. Okay, that's gonna be fine. Trust me, it will be fine. And here we go. You can see it smushing. I'm pushing it down. Ooh, this ink is really deep. Not as light. Okay. Ooh. Okay, a lot of color running on this one. So I'm going to turn it this way and let the color run. Let it blot into the paper. Because I don't want it running this way. That's why I'm turning it this way. And I'm going to run the edge of my paper towel there to catch that extra ink flow. Next is some Misty Moonlight and then Evening Evergreen. Okay, that's good. Let's try again. Let me fold my paper towel over. And we don't need the Old Olive. We need the Misty Moonlight. Maybe not so much. And this time, we are gonna, let's see, I'm gonna move it this way so I don't spritz blue all over everything. Yeah, I wanted to add some more pale papaya. So bring this back up, and you and the camera. All right, let's see. Now I gotta leave room for my evening evergreen, and I probably could have used a little bit more water in here, but we'll see what happens. Well, kind of really mutated. Not happy with that, but it's okay. It's gonna work out. Now we're gonna bring in some evening evergreen at the top, and we'll see how much. I'm not using this whole sheet. I do have plans to cut this down. So let's get the evening evergreen, and maybe we'll do the evening evergreen up here. But I don't think so. Let's just do this. This is really dark. Okay. Oh, see all that? That's why I didn't want to, let's see. Where is my towel? At least it's water basting. Okay, let's bring this in here. And I'm going to bud this up because we're going to be out of there. Push. I'm going to give it a little to smear some of that ink. Yes. Now, I don't know why my Misty Moonlight didn't fill in there. But okay, that's what we have. And a big mess all over me. But let's do this. And we're going to bring some more pale papaya on the other end. Turn this around. Ooh, I like how that's going into the bumblebee. Pale papaya now has some green in there. I already got ink all over me, so that's not gonna hurt it any. But I'm going to you can hardly even see it, but here we go. Just trying to add a little bit more of that color on there. And I probably won't be using that up there. Okay. Wipe off my block. Set it aside. And now this has got to sit and dry for a minute. I'm going to warm up my hands. And my husband has my heat gun. I was like, oh, I'll just, know what I can do. I'm going to set this on the ground behind me in front of my heater. Which, of course, is not plugged in. Here, hold on a second. It is stuck behind my computer table. At least the cord is. There. I'm going to stick it on the floor with my heater on high. That should do it. Come back. Alrighty. What a mess that was. Now, I thought we would use this for some stenciling on it. That possibly for the front. But the one part that I really wanted to use was, this is the front. We are going to cut this off right here. And we're going to use that on the front of our card. So let's do that. And do our stamping as far as our hello. And I'll show you how I did the sponging across. So this is from our die cuts that we punched out on our paper pumpkin. I'm just making sure this is lined up at the edge, and I'm cutting. Whew. So this we're going to do a little bit of sponging on, and I probably should bring in some paper to do that. We're going to color this in with the same colors. Let me get my sponge daubers that we're going to need. Okay, so we need our bumblebee, which I believe is this one. It's got something else on it, so let's not use that. What color? Okay. That's going to be our bumblebee, but I need the little spot because I don't have the big ink pad. So we're going to put our bumblebee right here in the middle and drag it. We want to see those drag marks, kind of. Some up there, some there. Just lightly. This is my pale papaya. And we're going to bring that down all the way at the bottom. Let me bring this camera down, and you'll see it's real light. And just partially up the sides. We are using our stuff from our kits. So, pale papaya, bumblebee. Let's close this one up. And our evening evergreen is going to go up there. That one is, we want some Calypso coral. Not too dark. So we're going to bring our Calypso coral in above our bumblebee. We're kind of mimicking, taking inspiration from what we just did on our sheet. I'm going to move all those into my little basket. We're going to do evening evergreen. Evening evergreen, excuse me, old olive. This is my evening evergreen. That's my misty moonlight and old olive. I'm not sure which one. Nope, that is like just jade. We'll start a new one. I probably don't have one in old olive. Okay, old olive is going down here on top of the pale papaya. Brush, brush, brush across in streaks. Okay. Next, we are going to be bringing in our misty moonlight. And we're going to go above the cameo coral, or Calypso coral, so sorry. Okay, this is going here. Evening evergreen, we might have a couple of streaks of those. I want to see what it looks like on the top first. Misty moonlight. I need to order some more sponge daubers because I've only got 2 that aren't colored yet. Probably should label them. Okay. Here we go. And we are going to bring this color, Evening Evergreen, right down in here to finish it out. All right. I'm going to have to use some sanitizer or something on my hands because I got a lot of ink going on. So, works really well. And let me get something to use my dog blanket right now. I just set it out, or I just washed it for her. Okay, so this is going to go on top of our white piece that we just did. Next, we need our stitched rectangle die. And it's spritz now with ink from our, what we just did. And we're going to be bringing back the Evening Evergreen. Sorry. Oh, you know, let's do Misty Moonlight. Our card base is Misty Moonlight. And I just got more ink. Look at me. Everywhere. I wonder why my hands are so dry. I want the sun to come back. I'm not ready for the rain. I want to work in the garden, and now my garden's all wet. So Misty Moonlight it is. Here we go. Do a test. Beautiful. And I was like, we should bring in our Stampin' Pierce mat, but we're not going to. We're just going to go for it. Yes. Okay. And then we also need our Misty Moonlight sponge dauber because we are going to do exactly what I did to this one. Okay? So I dipped it in the ink, and then first I took it around the edges. Using up the ink that I just put on it, nice and dark. And then I'm gonna streak it, if you would, brush it across my ink pad. I'm taking off more of it because I went very light. Okay, and I'm barely pushing, but I'm dragging it across my paper. And I'm happy with that. I really like that distressed kind of look on it. So there's our hello. Now, this, I thought we would mimic these on our paper. That's why I have this. We're going to use this as stencil. Misty Moonlight Evening Evergreen. So let's bring back those. Let me see. It's my Evening Evergreen. For this one, Misty Moonlight's for this one, and this one's my Old Olive. So we're going to need those. And I have the ink pads. Let me go check on my paper. Not quite. I probably should have done this before. I'm holding it in front of my heater. Okay. I think that's good enough. So this is what we created. We were trying to recreate this. I knew it wouldn't come out exact, but I'm really happy with it. So now we have to choose what part of it are we going to use. And I think we are going to be using this upper half in the center. So I'm going to get a pencil so I know where I'm going to cut. I'm going to bring this down so I can see, because I don't want any border on this. I want to cut here on my cutter. I want to cut here, and I want to cut just a little square here so I know where I'm cutting. Okay, so you can see my little marks. I'm going to bring my cutter in, and we're going to give it some trimming now. Let's see if that's going to hit my camera. No, it's not. So I'm lining up my cut marks. Well, my pencil marks. Oops, I hit the camera though. And right there. It almost kind of looks like a sunset with that beautiful calypso coral in there, the way it mutated it. Ah. There we have it. This is the piece now we are going to work on. These, don't need those anymore. Okay, so this is going to go like so. And like I said, I want to bring in these mountains. And we're going to sponge them in roughly. I'm trying to decide where we're going to put them. So I think we're going to bring this one up kind of high. So I'm going to take this tip all the way up as far as I can see to the top of my piece of paper, my cardstock, and let me move all that stuff out of the way so it lays flat. I'm going to take the Misty Moonlight. Good up there, Sponge Dauber, you're in my way. All right. And now we're going to sponge in our mountain. Like I said, this is an experiment. Hopefully my idea comes for what I want to use. Otherwise, this will be okay, what not to do video, which is all possible. Okay, next we're going to bring in the Evening Evergreen. And we're going to be doing the Little Mountain range. Oh, that's not too bad at all. So this one, I kind of wanted, I'm not sure if I'm going to go off center here. Yeah, I think we're going to do off and then over there. So now I've just got a little bit of the Misty Moonlight poking through. And now I'm bringing in the Evening Evergreen. And yes, my paper is still kind of damp, but that's okay. So there's that. You'll get, see? Now we're going to connect them all. I should probably have it going straight, huh? Okay, so now we're going to connect them by having a little peek of what we just did in our window. And pounce, pounce, pounce. I don't want to brush and I don't want to smear it really. I just want to pounce the color on top. Okay, so there we have our mountain range using our stencil. I'm going to put the Evening Evergreen aside before I bring in our Old Olive. Now I'm going to give you a little peek. Look at that. So cool. Actually, it'd be better if it was like that. Maybe I'll trim it up, but we'll see. Okay. Next, I told you I wanted to use this grassy part, right? And I don't want it way up there. Well, maybe I will. We'll have it like this. And this is where we're going to do the Old Olive. And I just thought of doing this on top of what the top piece, but let's do this. Okay. Looks like my Old Olive needs some more ink in here. Just getting some detail on our image. Look at that. Oh, you know what? It almost doesn't need this, but I really wanted to use this. Look at that. It's almost like looking out a window, which is kind of what we were creating. Okay, we're going to add some more. We're going to bring it down further and do some more of this. It's what's so great with paper pumpkin, the things you can create and have fun with. Love it. Oops. Well, looks like we needed a little bit more right there because I didn't get any in there. There we go. Now this one we're going to take up a bit higher in just 1, 2, 3, 4 of the little grassy images. Really nice and dark. And we're just pouncing straight down because I don't have any tape holding this. Okay, and now let's take a look at what we created. Really cool, huh? I think that's so cool. Ah, okay. So next, close that up. Next, we're going to create the card. So I do like the idea that we're going to trim this little bit more off the top because I like this being at the same line there, like so. So we are going to, once again, using a pencil, and we are going to trim this off with our cutter. Not quite. Didn't quite get it all that I wanted off. Okay. Now we have it. And there we have our image. And I can see this where it's catching. We're going to need to do a little trim on that. Okay. And let's glue this in place. So, like I said, this is the back. This is the front of where we punched out a whole bunch of elements. Die cuts from the paper pumpkin. And this has now become the feature of our card. And this little bottle is so full, there's like no room to get anything out. Next time, I know, leave some space in the glue bottle. Don't fill it to the top because it doesn't want to come out that way. So I'm just adding my glue. Here we go. We want our evening evergreen at the top. And we are using the Calypso Coral line to line up our mountains. Look at that. There we have it. Scoot it over a little. That is what we created. And why is it like, we might have to do some finishing trimming apparently. Right here and right there. Apparently my cutting was not very good. So let's, oh no. We are going to bring in our good snips and just fix this with fussy cutting it. Because I don't want nothing to go wrong. And on this side, y'all should do a better job than I did. There we have it. Now let's bring in our card base. Because I know, do you see, we need something else on our card base. And I thought about bringing this in down here, and this is hello, or let's see, we could do it, ooh, that looks really cool, and then do something right there behind there. No, I think we're going to do it sideways. What is this going to look like? Oh, that'll be fine inside. I'm like, I already put stuff on the inside. Thank goodness I didn't stamp it with anything. All right, so we are going to lay the card this way. we are going to glue this completely down. And let me get my big bottle of glue. But before we do that, let's play some more with the stencils. Where are they? Oh, here they are. I think we could bring in some Misty Moonlight and do this pattern all the way across the top. So Misty Moonlight. Really, or we could do, but the grasses would be, I'm trying to think now. Should we go with the grass or this image? I'm going to go with the big leafy image. Just because it's big and bold. So make sure camera view, you guys can see this. So get everything where I want it, like so. And I'm bringing it off on purpose. Misty Moonlight on Misty Moonlight. Just bringing in a little bit of pattern back here. That's why you want to bounce up and down and not rub when using these. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I am so like, yes. Okay, so we are going to bring it over now. This will look so cool once we get it all finished. I'm not worrying about going too dark right in this section because my artwork that we just finished will be laying on here. And I really hope you guys like this video. We are going to bring it up some, like so. Now here I am going to go a bit darker, making sure that I got it all covered, because this will not be covered up by our little bit of artwork we just created, which I think is so cool looking. And this card will be finished in a moment. But we are going to have to do the envelope with some stenciling. We can't just do all this work and just have the envelope. Oh, look at that. My stem did not want to get in there. We need you to be there to bring it all the way down. So now we are going to have, let's see, just like this. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Okay. Ta-da! Very, very cool. I cannot wait to put this on. Look. Doesn't that look so cool? And where's my hello? My hello is going to go right here. Oh my gosh. I am so like excited. Or we could bring this down and have hello there. What do you think? I think we're going to do the, I really liked it right here. Yep, that's what we're going to go for. And do I want to put this on dimensions or make it flat? I think we're going to pop this up. Why not? Let's bring in our little sheet of dimensionals that came with our kit. And 2 more just because I want to. Let's still, nope, it's off. Okay, so let's get this right where we want it. We can move this sheet now. So, here we go. And this hello is going to go right there in the center frame. Or do we want to, yeah, we'll bring it down like that. See, with these two. So I need dimensional right here. And then I'm going to need some glue. All right. Look at that. Now we are going to need some little extras on here. Something, I don't really want bling. I like the matte dots. Okay, this was the card we created first that I showed you. And this was, I need to glue that piece down. This is the one we were trying to mimic that. And we used our stencils. These from the kit. Now let's see. We have, I think we'll use the basic gray this time from the classic matte dots. Only because I wanted these to be very male inspired. No shiny blingy blings on this. But we are going to bring in some of these matte dots. And we are going to put one, trying to think. Maybe I want the little tiny ones. One there. Let me take a look here. Kind of a little hard to. One there. I think we're going to do 4. I know it's not normal, but I kind of like just kind of studying the saying like so. Yes. Almost like little rivets in there. So, and this is the inside. And like I said, we are going to stencil our envelope and then we will be done. So, getting out. Oops. Okay, where are the envelopes? Ah, there they are. It's like wrong envelope, right envelope. Okay. Gorgeous white envelope. And we need our sheet that we were stenciling on. And we are going to bring this just across like so with the misty moonlight. And we're probably going to do the... Oh! We'll do this right here. In the old olive. And then... Nope, I can't do it on the left. I don't know why, y'all. It just bothers me. So we are going to bring this right here. Old olive. Okay. So using this for our envelope. Straight up and down on top. And then we're going to do that beautiful leaf here on the back flap of this envelope. So there you have it. Okay, that's in old olive. And our misty moonlight, I gotta open up this pad again. Ooh, you know what would be pretty is let's stamp hello across. Yes, I like it, I like it. Now we are bringing this, and this is going to go like so. Misty moonlight. That's it. Okay, here we go. Pounce, 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 pounce. I am going to recreate. Oh, I don't have another sheet. I'm like, I'm going to do this again. No, I guess you're not. One of a kind cards here. It is a one of a kind because I don't have any more. There. So cool. I was like, oh, I want to do another one of these. Can't do that. Because I don't have any more of this to make that work. So, this is our card that we created start to finish. Inspired by the first card I created. Okay, this is still all using elements of our paper pumpkin kit. It's just here we use mostly the stencils, and this piece most people would have thrown away. This, of course, is a stitch rectangle die, which if you don't have those, you could just cut a strip to fit the hello. And stencils on the inside. On the outside there, we use this from our kit. On the inside, our gorgeous card. And this, of course, was our inspiration, one that we created. One of a kind card here. Try it. Hopefully you didn't throw all your scraps away. If you did, remember, keep them and think of what might be. So I really hope you enjoyed this. If you liked what I created, please give me a thumbs up. Comment would be great. I will reply, I promise. And happy crafting out there, YouTube. Bye-bye now.